Hey guys, I wanted to show you something real quick that Crowtech and Pitbull tried to explain to me in chat. Didn't sink in. I finally figured it out, but it probably took me a week longer than it needed to. So what happens is when you're in this epoch, if you look at your tech tree, somewhere around the middle of this epoch, you'll get to a point where you can start skipping quests. And so what happened was I tried to skip all my quests early on in the epoch, and I got to a point where there were two quests. I couldn't skip them, and they didn't get to the repeatable. They didn't allow me to get to the repeatable quests. So at some point, I'm going to tell you, right around here, you're going to be able to start skipping quests and do repeatable dailies. And they're not even dailies; they're just repeatable quests. So, what do I mean? If you have alchemists or if you have farms, you're probably, every day you've probably you come in and you see something along these lines. I've already collected some of these, but I left some of these just for this video. Uh, you come in once a day, you see all of your loot, and you might be inclined to just scoop it all up. Instead of doing that, what you want to do is, with each of them, have them apply towards your repeatable quest. Well, what do I mean by that? In the case of Alchemist, and you can see I've got 14 in one row, 4 in the other. If I just picked up loot when they're all polished, and that only happens when it's not the Easter event, when they're all polished, I collect about 65,000 supplies a day, which is pretty nice. But on top of that, through the repeatable quests, I can do 9 random rewards with this setup. So for every 2, you can do a random reward. Well, what do I mean? When I click on one of my quests, this is an example of the repeatable quest. Produce 2 saltpeter, and I'll get a random reward. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK to show you what that does. I turn in 2. It updates, and now I can collect my random reward. And here I get 5 dried herbs. Now, interestingly, I've already done a few of them, right? And I got 20 diamonds out of one. I got 5 salt out of one, and I got 6,000 supplies out of one. So those are over and above what you're going to produce daily, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and collect this, and I'm going to be presented with the next quest. I don't want this quest, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it. I want the exact same quest. Now, if I had farms instead of alchemists, I would do this quest, right? But I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and abort it. Some of these quests, they may look juicy, but the reality is you can always do them again if you need to. So I'm continue to skip until I get to the quest that I want. Here it is. And so you're going to continue to do this until you've turned in all of your loots. So here we go. Turn in 2 more. It updates, and now I get my random reward. Another 3,000 supplies. So I'll take that. That's over and above what those 2 items produced. I'll do it one more time just so you can see it. Again, I don't want this quest. I'm going to abort it. Just going to keep skipping. If I had farms, I'd take that one. And here we go. So I'm going to accept this one. Now that I've got it, turn them in. Updates. Collect my random reward. Another 5 salt. Not too bad. So now imagine that, and you know what? Why don't we just do the last 2 real quick, and then I could just show you what I do after. collected all of my supplies. Okay, here we go. 2 more saltpeters. I'm going to accept that. And we'll turn them in. It updates. And we finish. And I get 3,000 coins. So you can see it truly is random as to what you get. But I've gotten everything from diamonds to forge points to coins to supplies to trade goods. So I'm going to do the last one here. Then I'm going to show you what I do after. Alright, here's the last one. And there we go. Turn them in. And finish. And another 5 salt. I'm getting salt today for some reason. Okay, so remember, that's over and above what these alchemists are supplying you, right? Typically I make 65,000 when we're not in the holiday event. Now I make 65,000 plus 9 random rewards, which turns out to be pretty nice. And even if it was 5 salt every single time, that's 45 salt that I would get over and above the 65,000 supplies. Okay, now that I've turned everything in, what do I do next? Do I just go scoop up my gold? Of course not. What I do now is I grab the gold random request. So I'm going to go ahead and skip till I get to that one. And this is the supply one. I don't want that. I've already turned those in. Don't want forge points. I want this one here. Okay, so here I've got gathered 25,000 coins and I get a random reward. So I'm going to go ahead and hit accept. With my setup right here, I will typically pick up just north of 5,000 gold every hour. Okay, so let's just go ahead and scoop it up. Let's see, pick up the ones I missed. And there you go. And what's it going to say? It says 4,320. Oh, shoot. I lost my bonus somehow. So there you go. That's probably a good thing to be aware of. Make sure you've got your happiness up. I didn't realize that. So at any rate, every hour with happiness, and I'm going to drop a few more herbs here to meet my happiness, but every hour with happiness, I pick up 5,000 gold an hour. What that means is that every 5 hours I get to turn in then for a random reward. And that's assuming, of course, that I'm Johnny on the spot and then I'm picking up every hour. But let's say you can only pick it up, once, you can only pick it up 5 times per day as opposed to, once an hour. That's still an extra 5 random rewards. And remember, if you do the saltpeter quests from the alchemist, you do have to put them on 1-day rotations, right? Which is okay because most of us don't want to be babysitting our alchemists anyway, or the whole game for that matter. Okay, so I hope that helped everyone out. If you have any questions, let me know.